Hello, hi, shining stars. Long time no see. How you doing today on this beautiful April the 30th? Shining stars, this is Lady Love. Stopping by today to do a little chit chat with you, checking in on you, and wanted to ask you, can we talk? Can we talk? First, let me thank you for clicking on to my video, taking a moment to see what I'm talking about. And if you don't mind, if you are a new viewer, would you please subscribe to my channel? And for those of you who are familiar with Lady Love, if you don't mind, remember, push the like button. It helps me in continuing to put my videos out. Now, let's rap. Do y'all remember that? Let's rap. Shining Stars, what's up? What's been going on with you through this quarantine, through this shutdown? Have you been taking a minute to sit down? Well, first, let me tell you what Lady Love been doing. Lady Love has been, for the past 3 weeks, detaching from everyone and everything. I've been spending quite a bit of time reflecting, crossing my T's and dotting my I's, going over my life, checking to see if I approve with everything. Shining Stars, I've been doing a lot of soul searching, just making sure that everything is in its place and functioning the way it should be. And so, Shining Stars, I am hyped and I am ready to get back into my endeavors, which is, Shining Stars, helping you to become more enlightened, helping you to draw your conclusions and to evolve in your spiritual development. Shining Stars, what have you been up to during this time out? Have you been doing things that will enhance your life? Shining Stars, a month and a half ago, we were so busy doing a whole lot, I believe, and really not getting anywhere. So I believe that time out was called in order to give us the time to really be still and to really reevaluate our lives and draw some conclusions, in so many areas of our life. You know, uh, it might be relationship. You might be rethinking about the individual that you are with. It might be job wise. You know, sometimes, Shining Stars, we get so complacent and so comfortable with our life and doing what, we think we're supposed to be doing until sometimes something dramatic, such as, for the first time, a pandemic will come along, and I call it a rude awakening. It will shake us to consciousness and make us pay attention to what is most important in our lives. From my perspective, a lot of the jobs being lost might not necessarily be a bad thing. You know, sometimes, shining stars, we have to put on our spiritual eyes and look from a spiritual point of view instead of a 3D physical realm point of view. You know, sometimes it might, just might, have took what's going on in order for someone to leave a job and possibly get put on the right course, the right path in another endeavor, in another job that they would have never done on their own unless something like this happened. You know, from a spiritual point of view, the kids being out of school and being home could give some possibly the opportunity to get familiar with their children, to have intimate talks with their children, and possibly divert something that was gonna occur that really wasn't for their own good, and to implement some things that you perceive will be really important in helping them in their future endeavors. You know, shining stars, it is so many aspects to this sit down that I am perceiving as a blessing in disguise. Another one that personally for me is that, you know, I'm not working. But shining stars, the Creator has proven to me throughout my time off that love will provide. All bills are paid. Food is in the refrigerator. Money is in my pocket. And really and truly, I don't have a worry in the world. Now, I could be fretting and wondering and worrying, but thank God that I know that that will do absolutely no good. So it's my choice, as well as I hope it's yours, to be content, to smile, and to be happy, and to be thankful. Shining stars, you know, gratitude. Gratitude, I can't put enough emphasis on the power of gratitude. When you can look around, shining stars, and just be thankful for the small things and how that will lead to bigger and greater things, blessings happening in your life, shining stars. The things that we take for granted, you know, it's mind-blowing to be conscious enough to realize, you know, shining stars, it's a blessing just to be able to open your eyes and see. It's a blessing, shining stars, to be able to lay down at night and go to sleep. A lot of people, shining stars, they lay down unable to go to sleep. Shining stars, going to the bathroom, your body functions. So many of us just take that for granted, shining stars, but it is a lot of people who are on dialysis and have to divide their fluids that way, when we could just jump up and run to the restroom, you know, and for that, I am so thankful and I am so grateful. Shining stars, one thing that's really brought to my attention during this time out is the small things and being thankful and grateful for them. Shining stars, to the extent that my perception has been enhanced and has changed. Shining stars, I'm even thankful for my enemies. You know, I was talking to a friend and she was needing some counseling, you know, some insight from a different perspective. And one of the things that I pointed out to her is that your enemy is playing a vital role in your life, and that we should be thankful for the opportunity that an enemy will bring into our lives to help us to become conscious and to take something positive out of that experience. I shared with her that I truly have learned how to love my enemy. Now, shining stars, those who know me know that that means that I have come a long way, because the only thing that the old me would do for an enemy is try to beat them up, try to tear them up. But the new me, shining stars, will actually thank an enemy and send them a thank you card for giving me the opportunity to enhance, to better myself, and to take the high road instead of taking the low road. You know, shining stars, I've shared with you in the past that life is school, and right now we are in a hard course that I can't even put a name on. I would even say it's tougher than algebra, and everybody know algebra is a booger, so you know. But what we're going through in life right now is the epitome of learning. And shining stars, if you don't get your homework and if you don't study right now, you will absolutely flunk this course. Shining stars, your peace of mind, from my perspective, is the most important, valuable possession that you can have at this time. Shining stars, what come to mind is the peace that surpasses all understanding. And shining stars, when you possess that kind of peace where all hell can be breaking loose around you, but you are still anchored, you are still cool, calm, and collected. Shining stars, that is, man, that's more valuable than a brick of gold from my perspective. Shining stars, this existence, this Western society, has distracted us and has put values on so many things that are really irrelevant. And this is another thing that I am drawing a conclusion on in my life. Material things, which I have never really been materialistic, but even more so, I find myself detaching from material things, and really and truly, possessions is something that can be here today and gone tomorrow. You know, just look at individuals, people on the news in disasters such as tornadoes and so forth. So, you know, they're good to have, and I believe that we are meant to have them in order to be comfortable. But shining stars, when you are anchored in peace and love for yourself, shining stars, to me, that's the most valuable thing, because regardless of what happens, as long as it don't damage your physical body directly, then I believe that you can overcome. You know, being in your right mind, a peace of mind, is the most valuable, because reality is, if you don't have your sanity, then you might as well not be here. So that is more valuable to me than any amount of money, than any big house, big car. I mean, jewelry, clothes is all irrelevant. You know, your health is more valuable, shining stars, than any of the possessions in your life. And really and truly, good health starts in the mind. You know, so many times we hear the scripture, as a man think, so is he. And we really don't grasp the extent of what that scripture is trying to tell us. Shining stars, when you think positively, excuse me, tongue tied, and you believe that good things are taking place in your body, in your life, shining stars, do you realize that you have the ability to create that in your life by what you are thinking? You know, I had made a video on 2020, the year 2020 being a phenomenal, outstanding year. And I believe that to this day. But shining stars, I didn't have the knowledge of how that was going to take place. And let me say, how it is introducing itself has really been mind-blowing. But what I realized, that at this time and what's going on in the world, that so many people are waking up out of their slumber. They are becoming aware, and they are becoming concerned about their reality and what's going on around them. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because like I said before, we had got caught up and so comfortable with life and what was going on until we had become complacent. And so now, you know, a lot of people are waking up. And for me, that is really awesome. You know, that people are paying attention to what's going on in their world, and they are seeking a way to make themselves and their world better. So let Lady Love suggest to you that one way that you can make your world, yourself, better is to get back to love. First, for yourself and for each other. This pandemic is trying to divide us, shining stars, and separate us, shining stars. But I stand before you today to tell you that some things in my life is worth dying for. One of those things, shining stars, is being able to hug my sons and be close to them. And throughout this ordeal, that's exactly what I have done. I will let nothing separate me from my family and from being close to them. Shining stars, do you realize that some things are worth dying for? You know? And reality is that we're not going to be here forever anyway. And reality for me is, shining stars, that a soldier dies once. And what I mean by that is that I don't set up fearful of death. You know, reality is that we're all going to have to go that way one day. So reality is that I only have right now. Today, tomorrow isn't promised. And if I get an opportunity to hug, to be close, to love my family, then that's what I will do. Shining stars. Now, this is just me. I'm not suggesting that you do the same, but for me, it's real important to not miss an opportunity to express love for my family. Shining stars, reality is death has been around us way before this virus come along. You know, reality is at any given time, you can walk out your door and not return. You know, and you could be inside your house and death will visit you. Shining stars, let that fear go. Get back into your life. You say that you believe in a God that serves you, then it's time to start acting like it. You know, I know a lot of people will say, well, I'm keeping it real and I'm doing this, and they will make all kind of excuses, but fear is your reality. And if you don't put fear in check, fear will dictate every step you take. So I have suggested to you in previous videos, shining stars, get rid of fear. Shining stars, this 3D dimension that we live in is an illusion. You know, and I want you to think of it in the content of the Matrix. And shining stars, you have the ability to change the timeline in this 3D dimension. You have the power, shining stars, to create a reality that will be pleasing to yourself. Shining stars, take a minute and do some research. Gain some spiritual knowledge, shining stars, on the world that you're living in. We have time to do that, and you need to hurry up because things are going to open back up soon. And when you go out into this new world, the whole dynamic is changing. It's going to be a new segment, and you need to be equipped to function in it. So shining stars, this is Lady Love, and I just wanted to stop by today, and I will be getting back on my posts and bringing you videos and giving you knowledge. And always remember, Shining Stars, this is just my point of view. This is just one ingredient that's being brought to the table. You know, not trying to tell you what to do or how to do it, but just giving you my point of view and expecting you to draw your own conclusions and to come up with your solutions. Shining Stars, I love you, and I pray that we all make it to the finish line, to our destiny. Shining Stars, it's time to stand. It's time to be strong. It's time to press in. It's time to do whatever it takes. It's time to live or die. Shining Stars, this is Lady Love. I'm sending you peace, love, hope for a prosperous tomorrow, and to let you know you are a blessed people. Stand and let love lead the way. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.